In this video, we are going to talk about Qwen Image 2, where we can use it, how we can use it, what are the strength points, what are the weaknesses, and how we can use it for free, and also how we can use it inside Photoshop. So let's begin. Some time ago, Qwen Image 2.0 came out, and it has lots of cool advantages, lots of cool strength points that if we know them, we can use them in different projects and benefit from it. So first, let's look at some of the examples on their landing page on Qwen Image 2 and see what they have talked about. And then in a moment, I will show you some examples and some tests that I myself ran to make sure if the quality is as they describe. So this is the result of Qwen Image, and as you can see, the quality, especially the details in text, was pointed out a lot. You can see text in different languages and in different places, different materials. For example, this is on the side. This is facing the camera. Here we have it on Blackboard. Here we have it in English. Here we have it, I think, in Chinese, maybe. I don't know. In the back of this person clothes with flower and so on. So clearly, one of the main abilities or advantages of Qwen 2 is text. And even if you look at the title, here it is mentioned professional infographics, exquisite photorealism. If you scroll down here, we can see the leaderboard of Qwen Image 2, which they compare it with different models. This is for text to image. And you can see it is ranking number 3 comparing to GPT Image 1.5 or Gemini 3 Pro, which this is Nano Banana Pro. And for example, Seedream 4.5 in this specific leaderboard, they share the link here. Seedream is ranking number 6. So in a moment, we will test ourselves and we will compare it with Seedream 4.5 and with Gemini 3 Pro or Nano Banana Pro. Here we also have the leaderboard for image edit or image to image. And here it is ranking higher. It is number 2. There are some more examples here, some more explanations about the way it works, especially regarding text. And here we have, for example, something like an infographic, but as you can see, it has lots of text. Clearly, text and typography is one of the main advantages that they worked on it a lot on this version. Here we have some more examples, which most of them are in Chinese, but here is an English version of it. And you can see it really demonstrating the quality of text very well. And this is not like font that we use, for example, inside Photoshop. It really feels like it was written on a glass like this. In a moment, we have an example inside Photoshop that I'm going to show, which more or less we got the same result. Here we have some other examples for how good it can do in photorealism. You can see the quality of the images generated are really good. And here we have some examples for image edit, providing an image, adding text to it, how good it can work, or providing an image and get different shots from it, which this is something that we already can do in some other models, especially on Nano Banana Pro and Nano Banana 2. So let's talk about where we can use Qwen Image 2 for free. You can come to this address. I will put the link down in the description. And you can come here, click on this image icon. So it will load the models for image generating. And from the list here, you can search for Qwen. And from here, you can find Qwen 2 and Qwen Pro. I'm going to select Qwen 2. And then you can write your prompt here. And of course, you need to be logged in, but it is free. You can test different models here and see how it is. But in case if you want to use it inside Photoshop, we are going to use this plugin called Image, which is made by me. And here we recently added Qwen Image 2. This plugin, for those of you who are not familiar with it, it has two main sections. One of them is core, where we have lots of different AI models, and you can write your prompt, add reference images, and select the AI model that you want. Under it, you can see the setting and all the details about it. You can make the changes that you want, and then click on generate, and it will generate images for you. Now, the thing about this plugin is that it will be connected to different platforms. Like if we come to the setting under API, we can see it can connect to Replicate. It can connect to Kai website or even Google. So the way it works is that you can just go to their website, like Replicate, create an account here, then go to your account, add some amount of credit in the billing, and then come here, create a token, copy the token, and paste it inside, for example, here, Replicate API, and then save it. This way, the plugin will be connected. It is exactly similar for the other platforms as well. I will put a link to all of them down in the description. And of course, when you get this plugin, you can see all the video tutorials about it and how you can use it. Also, I will put the link to this plugin down in the description. You can click on it. You will come to this page. You can go through it, watch some of the tutorials, and go through the platforms and see what you can do with it. This was all about the core section. In the Pro tab, you can come here. We have lots of Pro features like restoring or removing cracks and colorizing old damaged images. You can easily do it by just a couple of clicks, or you can upscale image with from very low resolution to high quality, like 200 pixel. And this is something which we added recently. It will extract JSON file from any image, which later, maybe in another video, I'm going to talk more about this. This is really new. And also we have some other prompt library here that you can use. Anyway, this was all about the plugin. Now let's try it. Here I have generated a couple of images. So I came on Claude and asked Claude to write some prompts for us to test Qwen Image 2. And here is the first prompt. And this is the result that we got. This is the result from Qwen. It's all about text. In this example, wanted to see how good it can write text. Will it make some mistakes in typo, or will it hallucinate or not? Which it was very successful. In the next example, here we have a movie poster, which we ran this example and the rest of the examples on Qwen, Seedream 4.5, and Nano Banana Pro. And here is the prompt. If you want to look at it or copy and paste it, you can take it from here. And here is the result. This is the result we got from Qwen. It's a movie poster. The font looks really good. The style of it, the background image, all the typography regarding this looks really cool without any mistakes. And this is what we expect from Qwen. After all, their main focus in this version was on typography and text. Now, this is the result from Seedream 4.5. It's not bad, but it's also, there are some parts that it's not looking so good. For example, this text is over the head of the main character, which is not good. Here you can see it is clearly well arranged and well placed. And this is the result by Nano Banana Pro, which, as you can see, I can say this is the best one. All three were good in typography. They didn't have any typo mistakes or hallucination in text. But the best one as a movie poster was this one by Nano Banana Pro. And earlier in the leaderboard, we saw that Qwen is good, but not as good as Nano Banana Pro. Okay, so this was expected. We were expecting that Nano Banana Pro should be better. Now, one thing you need to pay attention is that for Qwen, when you want to generate an image, it costs you only 3 cents, and it is super fast. In a moment, I will show you. But for Nano Banana Pro, If we come here, if we want to use Google API, for 4K, it will cost us 24 cents, 21 cent more expensive than Qwen. So sometimes that you don't want maximum quality and you don't want to spend a lot of money, Qwen is a really good option. Now let's continue to the next prompt. So here we have a comic strip. Here is the prompt, and this is the result. Let me just turn this off. This is the result that we got from Qwen. 3 by 2, as mentioned here, 3 by 2. And the style of these images are really good. We don't have any text issue or typo issue. Everything was generated perfectly. But also the quality and the style of this image generated is really good. It's like it was really painted by color pencil, and this is really fascinating. Now let's look at Seedream 4.5 result, which it made some mistakes. As you can see, it has 2 empty places. The style is not bad, but I think the Qwen version was much better. Now here, one thing I noticed is that here it had a small hallucination regarding the cable. So we have a cable coming from laptop. Then again, we have some cable here with 2 head, which it's really strange. So this was one mistake that I found here. Also, we had this mistake more or less similar to it in the Seedream 4.5, which the cable came through the laptop and till here. Now let's look at the result for Nano Banana Pro. And for Nano Banana Pro, one mistake that it made is that it's not 3 by 2, it is 2 by 3. Okay, so this was one of the mistakes. And also here we have text mistake. You can see here it mentioned why won't this code work 2 times. And for example, here we have 2 times fine, but the cable was generated perfectly. So at some point it had some advantages, but it also has some mistakes. But I think in this example, Qwen was the best of them, especially if you want to use for infographics or comic strips like this. It really looks good. Let's go for the next example, which is restaurant menu. Here's the prompt. And here's the result we got from Qwen. As expected, the quality looks really good. Everything is clear and the font is really good. This is for Seedream 4.5, which more or less looks like we just typed it. This one more or less looks like we scanned the restaurant menu from piece of paper, but here it's like a Photoshop design that we just arranged it and we want to print it. It looks like this. So regarding the feeling of realistic, Qwen acted much better than Seedream 4.5 in this example. And this is the result by Nano Banana Pro, which it went one step further. It didn't just design the menu, but it made it like a photograph, a photo taken from the menu. Let's look at the next example. The next example is Photorealism stress test. So this is the image generated by Qwen. It looks realistic, all the details. Of course, you should know that Qwen Image 2 cannot generate 4K images. So if I zoom in, the quality doesn't look so good. But here, if I turn on Nano Banana Pro, we have higher resolution image. Okay, so this is the result by Nano Banana Pro. This was the result by Qwen Image 2. And this is the result by Seedream 4.5, which I think Qwen did a better job. If we disregard the resolution, the 4K resolution, the image itself looks much better comparing to Seedream 4.5, especially if you want to look and focus at how realistic it is. And here it hallucinated. The handle of the glasses looks super strange. I don't know what it is. I don't think we have this issue here in Nano Banana Pro. It is looking perfect. Also, it looks good in Qwen. Let's continue to the next example. The next example is for SaaS dashboard. So let's say we want to design something like this. And one thing I noticed, the look and the text here is almost perfect. But regarding the charts, for example, here we have 32%, which is really big, 45%, it's smaller than this 32%. And here we have other 5%, which is very big. The size of this is equal to this one. So regarding charts, it didn't do a good job, but regarding text, it is still doing a good job. This is the result done by Nano Banana Pro, which, as you can see, the quality and resolution of it is perfect. The text is also good. And if we look at here, this seemed to me like 5%. This seemed to me like 45%. This seemed to me like 32%. So the charts were done much better in Nano Banana Pro comparing to Qwen. And this is the result by Seedream 4.5, which the text looks normal. But again, same as Qwen, it wasn't successful in generating the charts correctly. For example, this big one is 32%, but this one is 45% and look less comparing to this one. Let's go to the next example, which is for product packaging. And here's the result of Qwen. It looks photorealistic. The text and typography on the product looks really good and accurate, down to all the small details like gram here or OZ here or UK here. All the details are perfect and fine. Let's look at Nano Banana Pro result, which this is also good. All the details appeared perfectly. So these two models did a good job regarding text. And this is the result by Seedream 4.5. This is also good. But again, if you want to look at photorealistic, I think Nano Banana Pro and Qwen are a bit more photorealistic. Especially Qwen, it has a feeling of photo taken. But Seedream 4.5 sometimes feel like more or less we can feel it is AI generated. I wanted to push it further and see how it can do in text, in different kind of texts, and compare it with the other models. And there are two more examples that I'm going to do it right now so you can see the speed and the generation process. So this is one example. I wanted to test the ability of the AI model in different languages. It made mistakes here. Now the text may be correct. For example, in German, maybe this is correct. This is for English. Welcome to the future of AI. But the mistake was here. It should have the flag of a country speaking English. Or here we have for French. Here this is empty and so on. Let's look at the results for the other models like Seedream 4.5. Again, Seedream 4.5 made a mistake here. In the English version, we have a flag which it's not clear what it is. We have two flags of Italy. And for example, these are handwritten, but this is like printed. I don't know why. We didn't have this in Qwen. I think the best one should be Nano Banana Pro, more accurate. So we have welcome to the future of AI. The flag is correct. Then we have for French, Italy, Germany, and Spain. The flags are different. I don't know these languages, so I cannot verify if the Nano Banana Pro wrote it correctly, but it seems correct. We don't have hallucination in it. The next example is a text on a blackboard in a cafe. It's the menu. And this is the result for Qwen. This is the result for Seedream 4.5. And this is the result for Nano Banana Pro. Now, when we look at Nano Banana Pro, the text is accurate, but the font looks like it was typed, not written on a blackboard. Okay? The same feeling for Seedream 4.5, right? But here on Qwen, it really feels it was written on the blackboard. You see, for example, here, The guy made a mistake on the Blackboard, tried to fix it. It made a mess. It looks really cool. For example, here at the end of these letters, they are different each time. Okay, it's not repeated, and that's a good thing about it. It really do a better job in text and especially photorealistic images. Now I want to make two more examples here so you can see the result and how the process works. So I'm going to make a selection and I'm going to come here. We already tested these two and we are here on number 11. I'm going to just copy this prompt, come here, paste it, and Qwen 2 is selected, Nano Banana Pro is selected, Seedream 4.5 is also selected. We can go through the settings. For example, I can select for Nano Banana Pro, I can select that I want to generate it using Google API, Kai, or Replicate. But regarding Qwen 2, you should know that right now it is only available on Kai. So again, I will put all the links down on the description. So if you want to just use this one, this AI model, you should connect the plugin to Kai platform. So I made the selection. I have selected my AI models. I'm going to click on generate. And here you can see that the request was submitted. And here we have a progress bar. And as you can see, Qwen is really fast, really cheap and really fast, which is a huge advantage. So the result for Qwen is ready. And we can zoom in. We can go in details and see if the map was generated correctly, but I don't want to go there right now. But the overall image looks more or less fine. All right, all of them are ready. And this is the result for Nano Banana Pro, which is, I think it's more accurate. It feels more accurate. And the image was generated with higher quality. I really like this icons or the coloring, which I think it's much better comparing to what Qwen generated. Here is also Seedream 4.5, which we are missing part of the map. And I think the map is not exactly correct. Maybe it is, I'm not sure. It feels that it has some mistakes in it. But anyway, the best one is Nano Banana Pro in this example. Let's continue and test this last one. I'm going to copy it, turn these layers off, make a selection, come here, remove my prompt and paste a new one and click on generate. Let's wait for the result to get ready. All right, so this prompt was about magazine cover. As you can see, Nano Banana Pro generated the magazine itself instead of just generating the magazine cover image. It made the same mistake in the restaurant menu as well. So the quality of it, it's really good, but it's not the design itself, it's the image of the magazine. If we zoom in, we can see all the typo and text are looking good. Even here in the details of this barcode, we can see the price, we can see all the little details, the numbers. More or less only this 9 looks strange. The rest of it, everything looks perfect. Now let's look at the Seedream 4.5. Seedream 4.5 generated the image. Now it doesn't feel photorealistic. It feels like AI made it. But if we zoom in the details, we can see that here it hallucinated in the numbers. It wasn't very successful, but the overall, it's not so bad. Let's look at Qwen. And for Qwen, you can see the image feels more realistic, which I really like it. The text is good. Even the title here was placed much better comparing to Seedream 4.5. Here, the text is white, the surrounding is red, then here's vice versa, here's something else, here's something else. So it is very strange. And in Nano Banana Pro, it's much better than Seedream 4.5, but each letter is different. More or less, we can say it is understandable, but not as good as Qwen. Here, it was very clear, the style is the same. I really like it. But I think if we zoom in, yeah, more or less the information here is also perfect. But you should know that Qwen cannot generate 4K images. So that was all about Qwen Image 2. As they mentioned on their landing page, it is really good with photorealistic images and with text. And in some examples, it is even a little better than Nano Banana Pro. Again, if you don't have this plugin at the image, the link is down in the description. And if you are interested in this kind of videos, do not forget to like and leave a comment. This way I will understand you are interested and I will make more of these tutorials for you. And do not forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss our upcoming videos. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any question regarding the plugin, you can leave a comment below. I will read all of your questions and answer to all of them. And I will see you soon on the next one.